Okay, it's time for another react. So, Chantel did Q&As. Do I know if she answered every question? No, I don't. But we'll get to that. Let's see. Let's go. Thank you, Unicorn Pondu, for capturing and editing this content.
Hello everybody, how are we? My name is Unicorn Pondu. Welcome back to another video. And Chantal uploaded another video today. It's the Q&A that we've all been waiting for. It's called Answering Your Annoying Questions, in parentheses, love ya, which I don't know what you were...
Here's an annoying question. If you were to stand up, would the buttons down the rest of that dress be actually buttoned? That's my question today.
Expecting, especially from your audience, just because you do a pre-recorded video doesn't mean you get a brand new audience with a whole new list of questions. But with that being said, I guess let's see what Chantal has to say today, shall we?
So I'm finally getting around to doing the Q&A. I don't know how much these questions are going to make me laugh, smile, piss me off, who knows. Hello, Foodie Beauties. Well, hi there, guys. Hi. So I'm finally getting around to doing the Q&A. So what I'm going to do is...
Ooh, that tone of voice. She is not happy. It's not a, hey, guys. It's a, hey, guys.
Answer as many questions as I can in this video. I'll probably do a second part, depending on how many and how long it takes me to answer the questions. I want to say thank you, first of all, for everyone who's taken the time to ask me something. I don't know how much these questions are going to make me laugh, smile, piss me off, who knows. But I feel like what I'm going to do is answer the top questions first, so the ones that have the most likes.
Probably being heavily filtered also. Also on top of that, why do we need a dedicated video? I mean, she can if she wants to, but you can just go ask Chantal herself whenever she's live and not have to wait for a dedicated video for an answer.
And go from there. Okay, so let me see here. I have my other phone. All right, let's get to. Okay, so far there's 70 questions. Let me just, top comments. All right, first question. Will you ever answer these questions? Well, smart Alec. Yeah, I'm doing it now.
First question, and we are already off to a great start.
Yeah. Oh my God, Chantel. I think the correct answer would have been, I know that it's been difficult for me in the past to get through all the questions, but I'm gonna do my best to try and do it this time. Like, seriously. Are like, fuck you and fuck the horse you rode in on. I have another question. When was the last time you saw a doctor?
Ooh, also the filters are filtering today. She has the skin texture of a marshmallow.
Thanks for your question. All right. Do you think you...
Oh my God, that's hilarious that everybody's jumping in on that. FFG said that on her live today too. And it's her own fault because she laughed about eating marshmallows and extended the conversation for a long time. And it was like, for real? You either like them or you don't. And I just can't, you guys.
Could spend the rest of your life in the heat of the desert and having to travel every few months for the rest of your life. Let me read that again. Do you think you could spend the rest of your life in the heat of the desert? So, thank you for the question. This is a question from a Beezer, by the way. Thank you very much, Beezer. When I live my life, basically, let me explain how I live my life. I don't ever think of the forever, you know? I really, really, really just live in the now. So, I plan for, like, kind of immediate future, but I don't know how I'm going to feel in a few years. I don't know what my life is going to be like.
Very interesting. I thought you loved Kuwait. I thought you could be there for a long time. What happened?
You can plan your future all you want.
I have a feeling she has no long-term plans because she also has no faith in her longevity at this point. And so why not spend what you have while you're alive, right? You can't take it to the grave with you.
Make these big plans far, far down the line, and then God says, no, I have other plans for you. And, or circumstances change, whatever, things happen. So, I really don't know. I don't love the heat. So preferably in the future, we want to travel. We want to travel and experience different climates, different environments. I typically don't like to stay in one place forever. Forever is kind of a word that scares me when it comes to staying put. So, that's the best I can answer that question. Thanks for your question. Next question. The first question had 54 likes. The second one, 207. And this one has a whopping 411. If you weren't doing YouTube, what minimum wage job do you think you'd be struggling at right now? Honestly, if I never did YouTube, I would probably be working in the field that I have been working in for many, many, many years, which is health administration type jobs.
Yes, the job that she hated and complains about multiple times and hated every single person there and hated her job and would purposely take breaks and stuff. Oh yeah, I'm sure.
In healthcare offices, in hospital, clinics, stuff like that. Or who knows, I would be doing something else. I'm very kind of unpredictable when it comes to changing my path.
You would have to, at this point, have a re-entry to the workforce training to actually do anything. And yeah, you're probably gonna have to work minimum wage because you were that incapable.
Life, and even I don't really trust myself to have a solid plan, so I don't know, I might get bored with that because I was kind of getting bored with that field of work and I just wanted to do something else. So that's why I took the opportunity to try something else while I was off of work. So honestly, either an admin job or something completely unimaginable that I have no idea what it would be, so thanks for the question. But I think it's important to acknowledge that there are a lot of people who struggle with minimum wage jobs, and I do think people, should be paid a livable wage. And
I don't agree with her a lot of the time, but absolutely. And also, whatever your job might be, hey, a job's a job.
There's a lot of room for reform in that. And if you're struggling, my thoughts and prayers are with you. And everyone struggles in life, even me. I'm not rich, by any means. I'm probably YouTube minimum wage. I don't know, whatever. But
yeah, for somebody that has 100,000 subscribers and only gets around 10K or so, yeah.
Yeah. So you got to do what you got to do to survive. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Okay, this one has 80 likes. Earlier this year, you mentioned that you had an appointment for a psychiatric assessment in April. What happened with that? Do you think it's necessary to address your mental health in order to build a solid foundation for personal growth, maintain healthy relationships, and achieve overall well-being?
Here's the consequences of her own actions coming back to bite her. She's just like, damn it, I forgot I told them that.
Yes. So my belief with mental health help has shifted a little bit. Ever since I've been, first of all, I don't remember saying that I had a psychiatric assessment. I think I was going to seek one out, but I just never did go. In Canada, it's getting a psychiatrist, the wait list is so long. It's so long.
And before she says any more, I did find the clip. Here you go.
Garage sailing? You think I'm bipolar? I need to get a psychiatric assessment, so I'm in the works on that. It's a luxury villa.
And here, I don't know, what I would have to do, what I would have to pay. I could look it up for sure. But I've been in and out of mental health, systems since I'm 15. I've gone over that history. I could do another video if you want to hear the complete video. Then let me know. I can go into a lot of detail, take the time to detail that, my history with that. But
she sure is got a lot of rage red going on tonight.
Since becoming more religious, just doing a lot of self-help, self-education, stuff like that on my own, reading more into things.
And how is that going so far? Not to sound like a negative Nancy, I'm not saying that it can't work. Like, of course it can, but, ma'am, nothing's changed. If anything, it's gotten worse.
Okay, I really don't feel comfortable talking to a one-on-one therapist or anything like that. I've tried it many times. Maybe I didn't give it long enough chance, but I just don't.
No, because Chantal is one of those people that's just like, oh my gosh, I went to therapy and I'm not cured yet? How dare you? This is stupid. Like, you have to want to change for it to work, unfortunately.
Just don't like it. And again, I could go into more details at another time, but basically, I'm on medication, which does help with the mental illness. I think it's just something I'm just gonna have to like live with for life. It's a medical, more of a clinical depression. Mental health runs in my family, and there's partly genetic. There's also a lot of situational things that I can change that can improve my state of mind that I acknowledge fully. It's really, really, really hard, which is why I'm not very successful, because I've just, I've been to like cognitive behavior therapy. I've tried that very briefly, but
yeah, that's like saying, guys, I didn't eat for 3 hours and I'm still fat. Like what? Like what a ripoff this is. What, dieting? Girl, you're gonna have to give it time.
There's just, to me, it's like you can look up all of these things online. There's so many online registered therapists and stuff like that who have tips and how to deal with situations. That's fine, but it's just
Before we go on, I just want to remind everybody that Chantal took actual dieting advice from a chiropractor on TikTok. That's where we're at.
Also, lifestyle,
I mean, half of the time on these YouTube videos, we're getting ads for Better Health, which is an online therapy group. So I don't know what's wrong with you.
I have to really, really, really set myself up for success. I have to exercise more, because that like really helps your brain chemicals, like the happy ones, I have to eat better. I have to do so many things to try to improve my situation. I have to stay spiritual. I have to stay connected to God, So I just think that there's a lot of things that I have to work myself. I have to work on myself and not rely so much on help from outside sources. It's like
Ma'am, you can't do this on your own, unfortunately. I wish you could. That would be great, but you can't, because you would have by now. And you haven't. You blacklisting outside help is part of the problem.
know what I have to do. I don't feel like I'm lost.
You honestly haven't even sat down and read the Quran. You've been displaying all of these vulgar behaviors online, and you haven't taken the time for religious study.
I need a life coach and stuff. I know what I need to do to succeed. It's just the doing it. It's like tools are nothing if you don't apply them. So that's my problem. And I have seen a psychiatrist many, many times. I don't think I've had like a proper recent full-blown psychiatric assessment. I think that would be probably beneficial, because if there are brain diseases, mental health diseases, maybe that I have, like that I don't know, and I'm not being medicated properly for them, who knows? So maybe in the future I will look into that. Right now I'm on Cipralex at 10 milligrams.
I don't think they call them diseases, Chantal. They're called chemical imbalances. This is how we know that you've not done shit to address this.
And that actually does help with taking the edge off. But I do still go into depressive moments. But I'm in and out of them. So yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of a roundabout. I don't really know how to answer that question. I'm still figuring it out, basically. So to be continued on that. But thank you for asking the question. You have a good point. I know there's a lot of my audience that just wants to see me do well and really tackle my issues. And I understand that.
But unfortunately, you made food your whole entire personality, so what are you without the food? Just any other woman on the internet.
And I thank you for caring. Okay, this one has 70...
Yeah, seriously, I think that the entire community would be happy for you if you were successful in losing weight. It is only you that keeps lying to us about your weigh-ins, about where you are in your health struggle, about how you're doing on your blood sugar. When are you going to see a doctor again?
6 likes. Okay, this is a long one.
Do you ever feel embarrassed? I'm not even asking at this stage to be mean, nor am I asking to be nice, I suppose. I'm fixated on trying to understand if you feel embarrassment at all. And if you do feel embarrassed, how do you keep uploading? Like, is it that you don't feel it, or is it that you don't care? Or you care a little bit, but you found a way to push past it? Psychologists have described elements like the shame landfill in recent times, in which your shame landfill starts empty and then is filled with other people's fears and insecurities, and I would love to know what you think about that. If you think you have one, let's effing go, Chantal. Let us know. I'm asking. This is the tone of someone who is asking someone else who works at NASA about Saturn, by the way. 100% genuine interest.
Okay, let me read that again. Psychologist landfill. Okay, so...
Yeah, I'm with Chantal on that one. I had a total, like, dial-up moment, like a da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, whenever trying to process that.
So, basically what you're...
Well, it's also just deflective. It's blaming everybody around you for filling up your stresses and anxieties. So basically, everybody around you is trauma dumping, right? That's how I understood it.
Thing is, we all have a clean slate, and then we become embarrassed and like develop self-doubt based on other people's fears and insecurities, and like we mirror that. I don't really understand that. Like,
ooh, I do get what they mean though. That's really smart. Wow.
I pretty much flunked out of psychology, so like I don't understand. Maybe you could like elaborate. Maybe in part 2 I can answer this, but
I take it as every person has, insecurities, who doesn't? But because we're so worried about what other people are thinking, we start to like mirror that. Like, what if that person thinks my voice is annoying? What if that person thinks I'm fat? And we just kind of collectively collect it, even though overall everyone else is so worried about themselves that they're not really thinking about everybody else, right? I don't know. I'm not a smart person, unfortunately.
I generally don't understand what you mean. The first part, do I ever feel embarrassment? I mean, I'm human, so yeah, but it's very fleeting, and it's very rare that I feel embarrassed. I just don't.
That's something that you absolutely need to explore with a therapist, because that is a lack of empathy whatsoever. And no, I know she's going to get into this here in a second. Most of us don't fart in public, and if it does happen, we say, "Excuse me," but we don't put it online, for fuck's sake.
Feel embarrassed about, things that you would normally feel embarrassed about, letting one rip in public, stuff like that, like, I don't know, whatever people get, rejection, like, I don't care, like, because to me, why be embarrassed about something that we all...
Saying absolutely horrible things about specific reactors in the community, that's rise above, girl.
All get embarrassed over, we all do. Like, we're human, we should be understanding each other, not like, not making someone feel shame and to feel embarrassed about something that happens. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
again, I don't agree with her on a lot of things, but that I definitely will agree on.
I don't know. I really just, I don't. I guess it's just a lack of caring about these things. I am just understanding of the human condition to certain degrees and to certain things. So that just, yeah, I just don't have that ability to be embarrassed about certain things. So, yeah, thanks for asking. Okay, 85 likes. Why do you think wearing that hat is a good idea? Oh, the hat in the thumbnail, the tie hat. Well, I wear it just to annoy you. Thanks for asking. This one has 258 likes. If you post a random video and we get you to 50k views in less than 24 hours, will you go back to Canada?
Nope.
yeah, no, I'm not going to, make a huge life change just for the entertainment of others. And 50K views, no, I'm not going to do something I don't want to do just for views. No. I've said this a lot. I know people are more fixated on my views than I am. People check Social Blade more than I do. I maybe checked once or twice when it was brought up, my income, and I was like, wow.
This season, try Open Doors
Social Blade is way off.
As someone that is monetized, I can 100% confirm that those numbers are way off.
And then beyond that, I'm not going to obsess over numbers. I'm just not. I'm happy. I'm content. As long as I can, make videos that make you guys happy, or share my life with you in some ways, or entertain you in some ways.
You want to do that? Go outside. Go do things. Go explore life. Show us new things. Edit better. Get a different camera. There is a million things that you could be doing to make your channel so much more watchable. But she hears things and she goes, no, I don't want to do it. And it's okay, well then suffer mediocre views then.
I enjoy making content. That's why I'm a content creator. That's why I like being on the camera. I've always been that way. But I can't force it. If I'm not happy doing something, you'll know. You'll just know. Because for me, I'm a very passionate person. And when it comes to, I lose interest. I become interested fast and I lose interest very fast.
Yeah, we all know that you don't have a great poker face, okay?
I'm not passionate, or if I don't enjoy something. So if I don't like doing it, then, I'm not going to do it.
As someone that has 5 million hobbies and can do multiple things and also never follows up with any of them because I lose interest, I am guilty as charged.
So, I'm not going to go back to Canada just for views, no. Thanks for asking. How is your lifestyle change going? 59 likes. I hate the number 59, so I'm going to like that, make it 60. A little bit of OCD with numbers. So,
She could have just said, it's going, and then went on to the next question. Honestly, it would have been a lot easier.
I'm going to do an update video on that, but basically, it's off and on, kind of, so, it's not as good when I was consistently staying on track and keeping the calories counted. I do slip up here and there, but I will have in the near future a video update on that whenever I can. 44 likes. When was the last time you prayed? Okay.
So what happened to Salah holding you accountable to not snacking and staying on your diet? And then the first thing we see when you guys are settled into your tin box is that he's dumping a bunch of snacks in front of you. What was the expectation here of how he was going to manage this situation? And what kind of manipulation have you done to make sure that he keeps the snacks flowing?
I have to go on a rant about this comment because, first of all, I'm not going to answer your fucking comment, okay? Because number one, I think it's absolutely 100% ridiculous that people ask somebody something so personal. Your spiritual, religious journey is no one's business.
You've made multiple videos about you praying, though. If you don't want to answer it, just don't answer it. But ma'am, you've made content about you praying before.
I don't know why people obsess over that with Muslims. But they, a Christian, I don't know if this person is Christian. If you're Christian, why are you asking another person of a different religion when they pray? Worry about your own prayer. If you're non-religious, if you don't believe in God, why do you care when someone else prays? You don't believe in God, so who cares? What is it to you? When I pray, how often I pray is only between me and God, and the only person the only being that should care is God. I don't understand.
Chantel, you have made religion your story arc. So yes, it's going to come up for conversation. But in this moment, I'm going to tell a funny work story. So when I first got to Richmond, I got a job in an accounting department for an IT staffing firm. And started building relationships with my peers. I went out to lunch with 4 of them, and it was the first time I ever had Chick-fil-A because we didn't have it on the West Coast yet. And when we sat down, I picked up my chicken patty to take a bite, and I realized every head at the table was bowed in prayer. So I dropped it and prayed too. Because it was so awkward. It was like, what? You guys do this at lunch in a fast food place? Oh my gosh, even.
People's obsession. Like, I've never claimed to be a perfect Muslim. I don't even really do Islamic content, because I'm not a beacon of light. I'm a person who's very flawed, and I'm still working on myself and my spiritual journey. So when I pray, again, is none of your business, and thanks anyways. This one has 21 likes. When will you finally go back to Canada? I don't know. I really don't know. If this question comes up again, I'll just skip it because it's redundant. I've answered it now. I have no idea. I plan on visiting with Salah at some point. I just don't know when.
Which he can't because he's a flight risk, so no, sorry.
Honestly, Canada is, I want to visit other countries first. I'm more interested in doing other content. I've been to Canada many times. He hasn't, but I think, I'm just interested in exploring like foreign areas right now. So I miss my family, so I will need to visit them with or without Salah at some point, but I don't know when. The trip to Canada, my dear, is so long and arduous, so I don't know when I'm going to go back, but you guys will know for sure. Thanks for the comment. 64 likes, I'm not surprised, and I'm like, can I roll my eyes like nature? Ow. What is your true weight, and are you going to buy clothes that fit you for your size?
The second part to that question is so true. A lot of her clothes do not fit.
Lorraine, your question is stupid. I mean, do you want me to go to China, Japan, Cambodia, Peru to try their scales? I don't know how many countries I have to travel to, how many scales I have to get on, how many doctor's offices I have to visit that all say around the same weight for you to believe my weight. So you know what?
I mean, for a liar that's been known to lie, that's not like a super out there question, honestly.
Let's just make you happy.
Let's see you on an industrial scale where you're standing away from everything, both feet on the scale, and you're not holding on to anything. And let's see what the results are then.
Brain and say my weight is 500 pounds. Are you happy? Good. Thanks for the question. Okay. This one has 91 likes.
Ooh, and she did not answer that second question. Girlie, go get some custom clothes made. You're welcome.
Do you and Salah have a retirement plan? I don't know if his job does 401k or some type of retirement fund, or even if Kuwait does that in general, or do y'all just put money aside each check into a savings account or an emergency fund in case something were to happen and one or both of you couldn't work anymore? Here in the US, I have an emergency fund and a pretty good size 401k for retirement, and I'm only 35, so I'm curious at Salah's age how he plans for retirement. Yeah, I don't think that's anything financial. Like, honestly, I don't think that's anyone's business. So I don't know what to say. Good for you. You have an awesome 401k. That's really awesome. That's amazing.
It doesn't sound like that's on the table.
Thanks for the question. Next.
Oh, I'm sure that he expects to ride through life, picking up lolcows like this to financially support him. So there's that.
Okay, 45 likes. Are you going to get your tattoos removed? Oh, that's a good question, actually. I do kind of want to, yeah. I definitely want to get this one, like my chest tattoo removed. How many tattoos do I even have? I have this one on my wrist and then this one here. I do want to get them removed, yeah, at some point, but I don't know. I mean, they're still kind of there, so I got them before I was Muslim, so I think it would be fine. So I don't know. You know what? I probably won't get them removed. Nah, probably not. You got me thinking about it just now, but no, probably not. All right, I'm going to do one more question, and then I'm going to resume, So I do have a community post up. I'm wearing a tie hat with my cat, and she's eating here because she's very fat. If you want to ask me a question, add to the list, go ahead. I will answer them all eventually. Okay. I'm not afraid to do these. Let's talk. 50 likes for this question. If Salah said he would leave you if you didn't start taking your weight health seriously, would you actually try it? I mean, your relationship would be that much better if it was easier for you to get out and enjoy things together. The biggest thing is you would feel better. You just have to learn to be okay with being uncomfortable until it becomes the norm. You can do it. You just have to want to do it. By the way, I do think it's great, and you've gone on walks lately by yourself. That's a great start. Thank you for the question. So, I don't think that it would work, me changing for him. I don't believe personally that changing for anyone other than yourself is long-term sustainable. And that's just my belief.
Which is a fine belief, Chantel. But it also points right back to you that you do not care about yourself. You do not love yourself. And that's why you're in this situation.
Also always going to be a part of you that's, if your partner demands that thinks they don't accept me for me. Now, on the other hand, I do understand if it comes from a place of concern. You don't want your partner being unhealthy. Like if the roles were reversed and Salah had the condition I have, I would be deeply, deeply concerned about his health and really probably be on his ass to change. Yes, I would. But at the same time, you feel bad pressuring somebody or talking to somebody over and over, making them feel bad, So if he was like, I'm going to leave you if you don't get healthier, I would totally understand that actually because, it's, I don't know. But at the same time, we still live a decent life. We still do a lot more than a lot of people who are healthier than I am. And, but at the same time, I would like to improve the quality of my life. And I agree totally. It would greatly improve our lives. We could do so much more, activities.
Well, instead of making this video, she could have been on the treadmill and been doing better, but nope, here we are making a video because money!
On a personal level, would enjoy my life more too. So of course, that's going to affect the quality of our life, our relationship, etc. So, yeah, I see what you mean. So it's a complicated question, I guess, for me to answer, but thank you for asking. So, yeah. Anyways, guys, I feel like I've been rambling for a while, and so I'm going to thank you again for asking the questions you asked, and then I'm going to, again, invite you to ask me more questions, and I will do this as a series. So,
a series of questions that we all know the answer to because Chantal has spilled literally every single aspect about her life on the internet already. Cool, I don't know why you would, but... Oh, right, money!
Just scroll down, check out my community post. It will be there. You can ask the questions, and I'll get to it eventually. So, yeah, thank you guys so much, and I'll see you in the future. Bye!
Alright, with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Meet Panera's new to...
Well, thank you, Unicorn Pondu, for your editing, for your content capture. I just don't know how she can speak so nasty to her audience like that. And they just take it. Anywho, I got Survivor to watch